Happy, slightly belated National Puzzle Day to all our listeners out there. It was January 29th, and you know what that means. We're diving deep into the world of puzzles. And to guide us through all the twists and turns we have, the founder of National Puzzle Day herself, Jody Jill. Her blog post about puzzle subscriptions really caught my eye. It's like this idea of a surprise box of brain teasers showing up at your door every single month. I don't know about you, but I got a stack of puzzles at home that I've done so many times that the pieces practically put themselves together at this point. So this idea of a brand new puzzle arriving every month, one that I've never even seen before, it's pretty tempting, I got to say.
You know what's really fascinating about this whole trend, and Jody Jill points this out in her blog, it's that puzzle subscriptions tap into something a bit deeper than just wanting a new puzzle. It's that element of surprise, the anticipation of what each month's box will hold. Think about it. We get a little hit of dopamine from the unexpected. That thrill of discovery. It's like why unboxing videos are so popular, right? Puzzle subscriptions bring that same excitement right to your doorstep.
Okay, so you definitely piqued my interest. But Jody Jill, she doesn't just stop at new puzzle good. She goes into the why behind the appeal of these subscriptions. She starts her blog off with a great question, actually. She asks, ever consider a monthly puzzle subscription? And then she just lays out some compelling reasons why you might want to. And it's exactly what we're going to unpack today. So, for example, she points out that a subscription solves that problem of running out of puzzles or
Yes.
getting stuck redoing the same ones over and over. But it's more than just convenience, you know. There's something about that feeling of accomplishment when you finally finish a puzzle, almost like a mental reset button. And a new puzzle each month needs a fresh challenge, a new opportunity to exercise those cognitive muscles.
Yeah, exactly. And it goes beyond just that satisfaction of completing it. Studies have actually shown that puzzling can have some real cognitive benefits, especially as we age. There was a study published in the Journal of Neuropsychology that found that regularly engaging in mentally stimulating activities like puzzles can actually improve memory and processing speed. What's really interesting is that they found variety was key. So instead of sticking to the same type of puzzle, trying different kinds like crosswords, logic puzzles, jigsaw puzzles, that can have an even greater impact on cognitive function.
It's like cross-training for your brain. I know I personally tend to gravitate towards jigsaw puzzles. But maybe a subscription would push me out of my comfort zone and encourage me to try something new like a cryptic crossword, which honestly kind of intimidates me. I'm much more of a visual person. But that brings me to another point that Jody Jill makes in her blog. Subscriptions can help you discover new types of puzzles. Have you ever ventured into the world of cryptic crosswords? I've heard they're like a whole other language.
They are. But once you crack the code, they're incredibly rewarding. And that's part of what makes these subscriptions so appealing, the potential for discovery. Each month, you're presented with a new challenge, a new opportunity to expand your puzzle horizons. It's like having a personal puzzle curator, hand-picking brain-tickling delights just for you. And you know that curated experience might be especially appealing around the holidays. Think about it. Instead of another sweater or gadget that ends up in a drawer, you could give someone the gift of a monthly mental adventure. I mean, what better way to show someone you care than by giving them a gift that keeps their mind sharp and entertained all year round?
It's like the gift that keeps on giving, right? Speaking of gifts,
Uh,
I know Jody Jill is very passionate about National Puzzle Day. And she mentions in her blog that puzzle subscriptions make fantastic gifts for the occasion. It's like a whole year's worth of puzzle celebrations.
right.
But going back to your point about the holidays, a puzzle subscription really does seem like a unique and thoughtful alternative to the usual gift-giving frenzy,
Hmm.
especially in a world where everyone seems to have everything already. It's an experience rather than just another thing.
Exactly. And it's an experience that can be shared. Jody Jill talks about how puzzles can be a great way to connect with others, to create those shared moments of problem solving and triumph, gathering around a table with friends and family, working together to piece together a challenging image. It's a nice break from screens
Okay.
and a chance to really connect in a meaningful way. And that's something that I think resonates with a lot of people, especially during the holidays when we're often surrounded by loved ones, but craving those genuine moments of connection.
You've definitely given me a lot to think about. I'm starting to see puzzle subscriptions in a whole new light. It's not just about the puzzles themselves, but about the experience they provide, the anticipation, the discovery, the challenge, the joy of shared moments. And the potential cognitive benefits are a nice bonus.
Absolutely. And what's also interesting is that with so many different puzzle subscription services popping up, choosing one becomes a bit of a puzzle in itself. Which one best suits your puzzle personality, your preferences?
That's a great point. And a perfect segue into the next part of our deep dive, where we'll delve into the different types of puzzle subscriptions available and how to choose the right one for you or for that puzzle-loving person on your gift list. But first, we're going to pick up on something else that Jody Jill brought up in her blog. It wasn't just about solving puzzles, but documenting the journey.
Yeah.
Now, I'll admit, when I first read that, I thought, really taking pictures of finished puzzles. But the more I thought about it, the more it kind of resonated with me.
I think it taps into something we've all experienced. Remember when we were kids and we'd proudly display our artwork on the fridge? Or how about all those travel souvenirs we collect? It's about holding on to those moments, those achievements, documenting your puzzle journey. It's like creating a tangible record of those aha moments, those times when you finally found the right piece, or that feeling of satisfaction when you complete a really challenging puzzle.
Yeah, it's like a scrapbook of mental victories. And it doesn't have to be just photos either. Jody Jill suggests keeping a puzzle journal where you can jot down notes about the puzzles you've completed, the challenges you faced, the things you learned along the way. You could even write about who you shared the puzzle with. Any funny moments that happened while you were working on it, it's like adding another layer to the experience, turning it into something even more personal and meaningful.
Exactly. And just imagine looking back on that journal years later. It would be like revisiting those moments, reliving those challenges and triumphs. You might even notice patterns in your puzzle choices, discover something about your puzzle personality that you hadn't realized before. Maybe you gravitate towards certain themes, or you find that you thrive on a certain level of complexity. It's like self-discovery through puzzling.
It's almost like a puzzle in itself,
Yeah.
trying to decipher your own puzzling preferences. Speaking of which, now that we've explored the why behind puzzle subscriptions, I think it's time to dive into the what. There are so many different subscription services out there, each with its own unique focus and style. It can be a little overwhelming, especially if you're new to the world of puzzle subscriptions.
Yeah, that's where Jody Jill's insights really come in handy. She encourages people to think about their puzzle personality when choosing a subscription. What kind of puzzles do you enjoy the most? Are you drawn to intricate jigsaw puzzles with thousands of pieces? Or do you prefer those brain-bending logic puzzles? Do you have a favorite artist or theme that you'd love to see in puzzle form? These are all things to consider when you're browsing through the different subscription options.
It's like finding the perfect puzzle piece to fit into your life, your routine, your interests. But for someone who might be thinking, this all sounds fun, but is a subscription really necessary? Can't I just buy puzzles at the store? What would you say to them?
Well, that's a valid question. And honestly, there's no right or wrong answer. But I think what a subscription offers, that you might not get from just buying puzzles sporadically, is that element of curation and surprise. Remember that dopamine hit we talked about earlier? It's about the anticipation of not knowing what puzzle you'll get each month, the excitement of discovering something new. Plus, a subscription can help you break out of your comfort zone and try puzzles you might not have considered otherwise.
Right, it's like having a personal puzzle shopper who knows your tastes and can introduce you to hidden gems you might never have found on your own. And let's not forget the convenience factor, especially during busy times like the holidays. Having a puzzle delivered right to your doorstep can be a real time saver. No more last-minute trips to the store, frantically searching for the perfect puzzle amidst the holiday chaos.
Exactly. It takes all the stress out of puzzle shopping, and it makes gift giving so much easier. Imagine being able to give someone the gift of a monthly puzzle surprise, something they can look forward to all year round, whether it's for a birthday, National Puzzle Day, or just because. A puzzle subscription is a thoughtful and unique gift that's sure to delight any puzzle enthusiast.
And speaking of delight, Jody Jill talks about how these subscriptions, they're not just about the puzzles themselves, it's about the ritual of puzzling,
Yeah.
creating that special time and space where you can unwind, focus, and just lose yourself in the challenge. It's like a form of self-care, a way to de-stress and recharge.
Absolutely. And it can become something you really look forward to each month. Maybe you create a cozy spot on the couch with a blanket and a cup of tea, or set aside a Sunday afternoon for some dedicated puzzle time. It's about incorporating puzzling into your routine in a way that brings you joy and helps you unwind.
I love that idea. And it brings us back to Jody Jill's suggestion about documenting your puzzle journey. Imagine having a record of all those relaxing moments, those little pockets of peace and quiet amidst the chaos of life. It would be like a visual reminder of all those times you chose to prioritize your well-being, your mental fitness.
Yeah, it's like creating a tapestry of mindfulness, woven together one puzzle piece at a time. And as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I think it's worth reiterating that puzzle subscriptions, offer something truly unique, a combination of mental stimulation, relaxation, and that delightful element of surprise.
It's like a gift you give to yourself, a monthly reminder to slow down, unplug, and engage with something that brings you joy. And in a world that's constantly demanding our attention, I think that's a pretty valuable gift.
Couldn't agree more.
We've covered a lot of ground today, unpacking the appeal of puzzle subscriptions, the curated experience, the element of discovery, even those potential cognitive benefits.
Yeah.
But as we wrap up, I want to go back to something Jody Jill said in her blog post. She wrote, "Puzzles aren't just about the finished product. They're about the journey of putting the pieces together." It really stuck with me.
It's so true. In a world that's always pushing for instant gratification, puzzles force us to slow down, be present in the moment. There's that rhythm to sorting the pieces, testing the connections. That can be almost meditative. And that journey, like Jody Jill says, it's worth savoring.
It's like she's encouraging us to shift our focus from the destination to the process. Makes me wonder, what if choosing the subscription itself became part of that puzzle-solving journey? After all, there are so many different options out there. It's almost like a meta puzzle. Trying to find the subscription that perfectly matches your puzzle personality.
I love that. And it's true, exploring all the different subscription services, each with its own style and puzzle selection, can be a really fun challenge. Do you like bright modern art puzzles? Or those classic vintage designs? Are you drawn to whimsical illustrations? Or super detailed photographs? Maybe you're a die-hard jigsaw fan. Or maybe you're curious about wooden puzzles or 3D puzzles.
It's like becoming a puzzle connoisseur, recognizing those subtle differences between each subscription box.
Yeah.
And just like solving a tough puzzle, the reward comes from that aha moment when you find the perfect fit, the subscription that speaks to your puzzle-loving soul.
Exactly. It's about matching your puzzle passion with a service that feels like an extension of your own puzzle personality. And you know Jody Jill reminds us, National Puzzle Day is right around the corner, January 29th. What better way to celebrate than by jumping into the world of puzzle subscriptions? For yourself or as a unique gift for that puzzle enthusiast in your life.
It's the perfect time to start this puzzle-filled adventure. So as we wrap up our deep dive today, we'll leave you with this. Embrace the journey, explore all the possibilities, and discover the subscription that unlocks a whole new world of puzzling joy.
Happy puzzling, everyone, and until next time, happy diving.